This morning's gone an interesting direction.
Hello and welcome to the 212th hour of Adventures Wanted.
212! Yay!
So it's been quite the morning so far. Before we start, I'm going to quickly run through a couple of things. Just to let you know, this performance, like all of our performances, is a relaxed performance. So that just means we've got a relaxed attitude to any sound or movement from our audience members, just for the benefit of anyone who may not be able to be still or silent for the duration of the piece. If at any point you do want to pop out, you can head through the door at the back. There's some water in that there. Grab some, pop back in whenever you feel up to it. I'll just be over here, so you can give me a wee shout if you do need anything. We've got some audio link headsets as well, so if you'd like to use those, again, just come and give me a shout. The lights should stay like this throughout, and there'll always be light on this area, and there'll be no loud bangs, but there'll be some background music throughout. I will hand over to Chris, who is our GM for the next few hours.
Hello! Thank you. Welcome to Adventurers Wanted. So, what are we doing here? We're playing a tabletop role-playing game. What does that mean? The four players to my left and right are playing characters in a universe that we are building together, and I play the rest of the universe. So I handle the monsters that they fight, the allies that they make, and the people that get teleported back home in bizarre instances we weren't expecting to happen. Watch the last hour. Right, so we have 11 hours of backstory, so I can't in any way encapsulate all of that into 30 seconds, but I will do my best to give you some basic beats. What I will say is with this much backstory at this point in the story, you might get lost, understandably. If you have a question on the stream, please pop it in the chat. If you're in the audience, just shout it out. That's totally fine. I want to make sure you guys are up to speed and know what's going on. Players as well, please. You're more than welcome to ask questions. So, the adventures of the Spirit of the Horizon. The four people to my left and right are crew members aboard the Spirit of the Horizon. It was teleported away from its home plane of existence by a magical spell they found on a stone tablet in an ancient temple. However, removing said tablet also awoke an unspeakable evil which started ravaging their home world. Now that they have teleported away, they are desperate to return home and try and defeat this ancient monster. And in doing so, in this new world, they are looking for allies and ways to return. They have found that there is a stone tablet, like the one they had back on their home plane, in existence in this universe as well, in various pieces. They have found 6 of these pieces. The 7th and final piece is apparently in the belly of a dragon turtle. It lives on an island they have come to try and find the dragon turtle and either retrieve it by force or by asking, not quite sure. Players tend to vary on their opinions on this. They also discovered that the giant dragon turtle has been controlled by an evil water genie called El Dunalid. He and his minions around this island have created a stronghold which they are infiltrating. They have encountered the genie. The genie has escaped. They are now trying to find their way back to him, but things have been slightly derailed by the commander to my right casting a spell that inadvertently sent the captain back home by complete fluke and accident. Yep. So the captain has managed to return home and is gone from the game, meaning that Chaz had to write up a new character very quickly. Thank you for that, mate. Much appreciated. In this situation, I would like everyone around the table to introduce themselves, the character that they're playing, and what role they have on board ship, and then we'll dive back into the adventure, starting on my left.
I'm Dominic. I'm playing Elias Maudlin, a human cleric. He's of aristocratic stock, who then ended up in the church after his family were annihilated by civil strife. His main job on the ship is ostensibly religious duties, but mostly tutting and moaning.
I'm Chaz, and I'm playing Crew Ward Gregarian, who is a half-orc monk. Joined the ship because he's not really much of a scrapper, but he's a nice listener. He's a bit of a gentle giant. People are scared of half-orcs, and he wants to change that a bit. So his main role on the ship is just sort of like moving stuff around, because he has that ability, passing stuff, odd jobs here and there.
So he's sort of the strong, silent type, and he's not really come up in the story much because he's strong and he's silent and doesn't really take part. Yeah. This makes perfect sense. Yeah. Excellent. That's why you have a new character, hour 212. Good.
Chloe. I'm Chloe. I'm playing Rolora, who was the commander of the ship. Technically, in the absence of the captain, I suppose she's captain. She supposes she's captain. But yeah, emphasis on the inadvertently sent the captain back to their home plane. Inadvertently.
D&D fans, prismatic spray, be careful with it.
Yeah, that's her. She's just dealing with a lot right now.
Isaac.
I'm Isaac. I'm playing Mario Montello, the elf wizard.
Mario Montello.
I'm the ship's cook.
Ship's cook, splendid. What does Mario look like? Give me some like
He looks
flavour.
like Mario.
Super Mario. Okay, I will make that work. Lovely. Now, the teleportation spell that affected the ship at the very beginning of this arc that allowed them to get to this new world seems to have a bizarre ongoing effect. On the hour, every hour, people seem to teleport in and out, almost like players are appearing at the table. It's weird, that. It's weird, isn't it?
It's weird.
Or people die off and need new character sheets rolling up.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, true. So, with a crack of golden energy, Mario, what are you doing at this point in time on board ship?
Eating.
Eating in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Cool. Mario, this rather short man with a big, thick, black handlebar moustache is cooking in the ship's galley when suddenly this teleportation energy starts to swirl around him and he is transported away and you appear in what looks like an underground prison. The walls are quite wet. There are manacles on the floor. There's a way out behind you, but in front of you are prison bars. Next to you is Creward?
Creward, yes.
Creward. Creward, one of the sort of large, stocky ship's hands, just standing there. He's also been teleported in. What were you doing before you were teleported in, Creward?
I was probably listening to Potassium go on about something.
Listening to Potassium. Potassium is the ship's ambassador to this world. He is a local who's decided to hang out on the ship and take part. And, yeah, having a chat with him. What were you guys talking about?
Oh no, I was just letting him.
Oh, I
rant to
see.
Me about like we shouldn't have come here. We shouldn't have come here.
It turns out that potassium nitrate, which is a name he chose for himself, possibly as some kind of spy thing, it's never been made very clear, he apparently was involved in the machinations on this island and is very concerned about being here. Well, his shrill nasal voice fades out of existence as you appear in this underground jail cell as well. Next to you, Elias, one of the ship's many clerics, and Commander Relora.
Oh,
Crewwood, is it?
yes.
Ah, Mario. Right. Any thoughts, Elias, on how can we get out?
I think it would be good, first of all, to determine if there is anyone here.
I just have a look around.
Sure, roll a perception check. Can I have some creepy underwater music, please, Kat? Thank you.
May I also look around?
Yeah, of course.
Can't. I didn't roll with that dice. That's the captain's dice.
Oh, that's never going to go away.
Perception check 22.
22.
Yeah.
20. You guys having a look around as well, or are you still a bit
I want
shell-shocked?
to touch the bars.
Okay, make an investigation check on the bars. Mario, would you like to do something in this scenario? Let your crewmates get on with it?
I'm going to keep eating.
Keep eating. Have you got food with you constantly? So Mario seems to be sort of constantly munching away. What's he eating?
Crisps.
Crisps. He has a bag of crisps he's just munching away at. It's not particularly stealthy, but there we go. Right.
19 on
1922. Elias, you're still having a look around, but this gigantic half-orc appears to have a better overview of the situation. It's about, the cavern's maybe 30 foot wide, and there is a line of bars across the front of it, very clearly locking off one side from the other. One side has manacles and chains and drag marks and all sorts on the floor. The other appears to be relatively clean. You're on the side with the manacles inside. As you investigate the bars, these are firm, solid prison bars. Very
How
well
far
made.
apart?
They are about a couple of inches apart. Like
Okay.
they're designed to be things not be able to get out. There is a door to this jail wall, prison wall. It appears to be quite sturdy.
And it's locked. It's not.
It is indeed locked,
sturdy,
yeah.
But just closed.
It is of course locked. There is an obvious large lock on the other side. It opens inwards, so it's holding on the far side, and it is quite a sturdy lock. For
Way out
once,
of
in
step,
this game, Adventurers Wanted, there are no rogues in the party. How fitting.
Can I cast detect magic? I just want to see if the lock is
Mhm.
in any way magical, or if there's any kind of anti-teleportation magic.
Please do,
or anything
absolutely.
Like that.
You just cast it.
Yeah.
You are now detecting magic for 10 minutes. It is concentration, so if you cast anything else, it will go away.
Yep.
that it's concentration based. There are no magical markings anywhere in this cavern. It is, as far as you can tell, a natural worked stone cavern, prison, etc.
Can we see anywhere the key for the lock?
No, the key is not here.
Okay.
But equally, no people around.
Correct, there are no people around either. There is an obvious way out on the far side, but this prison bar, which goes all the way from floor to ceiling, stands in your way. What would you like to do, everybody?
Unfortunately, the other way leads to nothing but a spider's pit. The spider has been removed.
Oh, good.
Unless you fancy some steel climbing, I don't care.
I'm quite good at climbing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, there's option A.
Bully for you. I'm wearing plate armour.
You take the armour off.
Never. This is a family heirloom. Take off my armour. Ridiculous.
I can get to the other side of the bars and I can take one person with me. I just don't want to leave us without many magical defences.
You could also try the lock.
Can I try the lock?
How are you trying the lock?
With your fists.
Fist. Can I take one of my darts and just?
You want to use one of your darts to try and jimmy the lock?
Yeah, just give me a bell.
Absolutely. That's right. Crew Ward reaches around with his Crew Ward.
Yeah.
Thank you. Crew Ward reaches around with his dart into the lock and sort of starts trying to shimmy it. Use a sleight of hand check, please.
Sleight of hand. Oh, I'm okay at that. 19.
You jimmy around with the dart in the lock, but it doesn't open. This is clearly a very well-made lock.
What's the lock made out of?
Metal.
What kind of metal?
Steel, probably. Steel, iron. This is not a world where you get pure metals because it's by 11th century technology.
I gave it my best shot.
You
Can
think...
I say something?
Yes, of course, yeah.
I'm going to start casting acid splash on the lock.
Excellent.
Like constantly, because it's a cavern.
Sure, it's just an action, so cast Acid Splash, roll for the attack roll against the lock. It is stationary, so you're probably going to hit it. Your spell attack is on the second sheet
it's
there.
plus 8.
So that's 15.
15. It's a stationary lock. The DC was 5. As you pull your dart out and step back, Mario reaches up and just reaches around and starts burning into the lock. Roll the damage for the first strike of that, please. You're now 15th level, so it's 3 versions of the damage roll.
That'll do it.
Do you want me to check it? I'll check it, it's fine.
Okay.
I believe whatever dice Fizz has rolled 3 times. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at monsters, I'm looking at spells. We got it.
Yes, D6.
So it's 3d6, please, for damage on that.
16.
16 points of damage.
Yeah.
Mario reaches around and give me some flavour on your acid splash. What does it look like? How does it work?
It looks like I start sweating. Like,
Mario reaches around and grabs a hold of the lock as you let go of it and starts to sweat profusely. It's rather disgusting, and this sweat seems to sort of cause the rock to starts to corrode and steam, and just it cracks into about 10-15 pieces and just falls back to the floor, and the door is open.
Oh, fantastic. Good
That'll do
work.
it.
Thank you, Mario.
Is Mario drunk or hungover or both?
The commander seems distracted. Can I insight check her?
Yes, absolutely.
I wonder if this should be with advantage because she's not holding it together well.
He's a monk.
I'm a monk and I rolled a natural 19 plus 8.
Yeah. Relora, no deception, no lies. Tell him how you're feeling.
Oh, good. Okay.
It's a very high roll.
The phrase "I've sent the warrior back to the war" is the most present in Melora's mind.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
She feels distraught at the fact that Gona's not here.
Mm-hmm.
She feels pleased, obviously, that the one place other than here that he should be or he'd want to be, he is. She's worried that he's alone. But she's also worried that they're now alone. it's her fault, obviously. Doesn't know how she's going to explain it to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
She's now technically got to be captain, and everyone will hate her. That's the
As I'm looking, can I just go up to I don't even attempt to contextualize this. I just because I see it with my monk, I just go.
The monk's going in for a hug. What would you like to do?
I step away.
It's a contested grapple check, I'm afraid. So, actually, hang on. If she stepped away from you, being the gentle giant that you are, would you continue to try? Or would you hold back? You'd hold back. No, it's only then.
We need to fix her getting out of it.
Lovely.
Is the door open? Do we need to push
The door is open. Mario has sweated that lock away, so it is now there. You can make your way further into up this corridor, which you do see is curving slightly upwards.
Okay.
Can I do more perception checks?
Well, of course
Yeah,
you
kind
can.
of
Yes,
same.
make as many perception checks as you want, darling.
Yeah, 16 plus 8.
The corridor in front of you thins and then it seems to widen again. It's not a very long corridor. It's more of a space between two rooms. And as you make your way slowly up it, is anyone trying to be sneaky or stealthy?
I'll give it a punt.
Trying.
Sure.
I'm
Never. No.
Why would I creep
Mario?
around?
I'm crunching the crisps. Really
Crunching the
loud.
crisp really loudly.
23.
23.
22.
22. The monk, always light on his feet, despite his gigantic size, is being very, very quiet and very still. Relora, you two are quite adept at the art of keeping relatively still. However, next to you is walking a priest twirling a mace in one hand, seemingly innocuous, no care in the world kind of walk, and a cook loudly crunching his crisps as he walks next to him. Do you guys want to talk about this?
Can I turn to?
Can you describe what you're doing,
Sorry.
Chaz, in case people can't see?
Oh yes,
Are you
I
one
am.
of the servants on
I'm
the
just going to
boat?
put my finger to my lips.
Only one of the servants on the ship. Dare you. Why don't you two go first?
She's not in her right mind. She's just going to blast through her spell slots, cast silence.
Right.
That way
Suddenly.
no one can make any noise.
Do you want to have to say that last comment again and cut it off in the middle?
Do I get a save?
Against silence?
No.
Surely you get a save against silence if you don't want to be silenced.
Pretty sure it's just.
You must do.
silence.
You must do.
Oh, this is not.
It is a.
Wake up in the morning. Yeah.
Nope.
Hungover.
Yeah.
And your
Don't
character
get a
gets trapped
save.
in the upside
No
down.
save. No save, I'm afraid. No save against silence. So suddenly there is a sphere of silence around all of you. Your crisps don't seem to be making any noise, and your comment was cut off midstream. Elias?
Can I still cast a message inside silence?
No, 'cause you have to whisper to cast message.
Okay. I look round at everyone just to kind of fuck them, and I point to Creward because he was the only other person who was managing to be stealthy at all, and I kind of gesture for us to go ahead and these guys to just follow behind us.
Creward nods.
So we're deafened while we're in the sphere of silence.
Yes, you are. Creward, with your very high perception check before this sphere of silence came up, you did hear some noise from the cabin ahead of you that sounded like voices. But now you can hear nothing.
But if he walks further in front of us,
What did you cast silence on? Don't check the
Myself.
spell. What did you
Myself.
cast? On yourself. Okay, so
Yeah,
the
'cause
sphere of
then I
silence
can be
surrounds her.
within everyone.
So as the two of you go ahead and as the two of you hang back, how
Oh,
far
no,
back?
no, no, no. I've said for them to
Follow.
like just behind.
Sure, how far are you guys hanging back? Are you directly behind or are you waiting a bit further behind?
Directly behind.
Directly behind? Yeah, you guys are still silenced too. So all four of you make your way forward. You hear nothing.
But I did hear the voices behind the door earlier.
They went behind the door, it's just through this cabin. So it's just a...
Just through this cabin.
Again, describe what you're doing for those that can't necessarily see as well.
I'm doing a series of sign language, which is, I heard things earlier, you stay here, I'm going to go check it out.
You can make an intelligence check to understand that from his rudimentary sign language.
No, I think she understands.
I'm sure if she does.
I got a 9.
9. Mario doesn't get it.
I got a 15.
Laura does.
I offer him the bag of crisps.
Excellent.
I got a 16.
16. You get it as well. He's going to go ahead.
Suits me.
I'm gonna.
She shakes her head.
Oh.
stop. Talk it through.
I basically suggest for him to stop, and Jester suggests that I'll go up ahead. And I then also look at everyone. Oh no, wait, oh no. Then she realizes, no, wait, the silence is on me. So I still won't be able to hear. And then she feels very frustrated, and then goes, just forget everything that I've done. You go ahead.
Make an intelligence check.
5.
You're not quite sure what she's saying. There seems to be a lot of mixed messages in there.
I point again at him, and point up ahead.
You get that. That's very easy. Right. Yeah. Creward. You make your way forward into the cavern. Are you still being sneaky?
Yes, I am.
Can you please roll for your sneakiness, please?
That is 17.
17. Lovely. As you make your way into the cavern ahead of you, it widens out. This one's a bit bigger. It's about 50 feet by 30 feet, so it's much bigger and it's much taller as well. There's a tunnel in front of you that continues on this path that it was going in the same way. As you look around to the side, there's also one that heads back in the direction you were going next to the one you came up. That seems to be going, again, slightly down angle. So there is 2 down angles, you come up one of them. Okay? The room has various weapons stands around the edge of it. There's a large war table covered in maps and lists. And there are skulls of various humanoid creatures on the maps on the table. There are also a number of Rikina, shark people, a common enemy on this world of lots and lots of water, stood around the table. 4. 2 look to be very well armed, and 2 look to be less well armed, but also less armoured, which you, as a relatively wise half-orc, would know. As an exceptionally wise half-orc would know that this probably means they're spellcasters.
Can I back it up?
Hang on, you rolled a 17, didn't you?
I rolled a 17. Backing it up.
Just confirm again that's a 20.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
As you literally back it up,
Back it up, man. Back it up.
one of the Rikina priestesses looks up and sees you. Nice some combat music, please.
Is he out of our visual sight?
Dart and run! Dart and run!
He's just out of your visual sight, and you can't hear a damn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good start. It's all gone very well. Right.
Silence
She,
would be
she was
useful.
gonna drop silence after a while, but not yet.
Cool. I will give you that. It's your first action. They saw you, so there's no surprise. So we just go straight into combat effectively. You throw a dart and make a run for it.
Yes.
Cool. Make your attack roll against the priestess that saw you, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Cool. Make that roll.
Will I need to spend a key point to disengage? After?
Then they're not engaged with you. They're still too far away. They just saw you.
Dart! That is 14.
A 14. You throw your darts at a 14 and it knocks into her and definitely hits her and does her damage because not much armor. Priestess. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't do as much damage now.
Correct.
I miss Golan.
We all miss Golan, but he's gone now.
That is 6.
6 points of damage.
Yeah.
Well, you just start in it. I mean,
Start.
the dart hits her and there's a and they are now all noticing you and reacting. And you turn and run.
Oh, the moment I see him, I drop silence on us. I won't
Okay.
be able to hear them.
4 shark people. Now, get ready. Spellcasters, heavily armoured ones.
Mario, you've just been told there are 4 shark people in the corridor above you. They have now reacted to him. What do you want to do? You can't see into the room yet. It is still up a slope.
I mean, are they trying to kill us?
Most things here are.
What are you hiding behind? You're a gigantic half-orc.
Gigantic apple. Is there no shadow in this tunnel? This is quite a dark tunnel.
It's a dark tunnel,
And I
but
have dark vision. I mean,
sure, you can go behind. You go to one of the walls and roll for a stealth check with disadvantage because you're a gigantic half-orc.
well, I will.
You designed him.
Are we in combat order at the moment?
We are.
Yeah.
12.
A 12. Okay, I will bear that in mind.
We're doing it off of Dex.
It's just your straight dex score,
yeah.
otherwise just more rolls. What would you like to do, Mario? Ahead of you there are people that are about to come down and attack you.
Can I see all of the shark people?
No, you can't see any of them yet. He's just run down this slope,
Okay.
and the slope above him is where they are. But you could move up the slope to see them.
I'm going to move up so I can see them.
You are now standing just at the top of this lip. You can just see over the top, and you can see these shark people rising and turning from this table to come down the corridor towards you. What would you like to do?
I'm going to cast Fireball
Sure.
at level 5, using Overcharm to give me max damage. So you get plus 1d6 per level you cast it at, I think.
I'm just getting it for you now, don't worry. Just run me through Overchannel. I get confused about Overchannel.
You can cast a spell of 1st to 5th level at max damage.
Cool, so it's at 5th level, so you are rolling... Well, you're not, it's 10d6.
Which is 60 damage.
So you hit them all for 60 damage.
Yes.
Brilliant. What's the saving throw on a fireball? It's a dexterity, isn't it? I've got it here. It is a dexterity saving throw. Right. What is your spell save DC, please?
Spells DC
16. Well, none of them made it. Right. You see both... How does your fireball work? What does it look like
16.
with your chef magic? Please tell me, Mario, how your fireball works. No, go for it. It's absolutely fine.
The colours of your overalls invert.
And some music to play.
I'm going to say he takes out like a small little red chili pepper
Yeah.
and flicks out.
Mario
Explodes.
takes a chili pepper. You see him do this because you can see him at the point where he is on it. Takes out a chili pepper and flick.
Yeah.
Flicks it into the room. This chili pepper, it grows in size and starts to glow as it goes and becomes sort of about the size of a chihuahua. Lands slap bang in the middle of all 4 of these shark people and just goo-goom explodes in a gigantic ball of fire. Is the silence gone?
Yeah, I dropped
You will
it when
hear
I saw him.
a minor explosion go off in the room. Mario, you see that the contents of this room are scattered to the 4 walls. There's a complete mess in here as both of the priestesses just disintegrate.
Are their fins salvageable?
Nope. Literally
Shark
disintegrate.
fin soup.
You have just to give you an idea, you have damaged them for double their hit point maximum. They are now dust. There is nothing left of them. However,
Some maps in there.
as
More importantly, there were shark fins.
As Crewwood points out that there were some maps there that may have been useful, they're probably ash now. They are. You see that the 2 larger bodyguard guys seem absolutely fine. They have been hit by the spell, they have taken damage, but they don't seem to have been that badly hurt by it yet.
Attack!
Right. Relora, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
What are the other objects that I can see around near these
You
two
can't, you're
bodyguards?
still too far down. You have to go up the corridor to look in.
Okay, I'm creeping. I basically go up to the point where I can see the bodyguards.
Do you want to creep up or do you want to walk up?
I'm gonna have to walk because I don't have time
Cool.
to creep.
Relora walks up behind Mario, looks into the room. This table is still there, it's still standing, amazingly. What was on that table has been scattered, it's all over the room, and it's various items, mostly skulls and bits of, you see they're not paper, they're more sort of a blubbery thing, so they can be used underwater. They appear to have been singed by the fire, but none of them have been completely destroyed.
Okay, how close are the guards to each other?
The guards are within about 5 feet of each other, they're
How big's
about
the
20
table?
feet away from you. The table is about a 10 foot by 5 foot table.
Okay, I want to smash the table over their heads with telekinesis.
Sure. Cast telekinesis and use the table as an improvised weapon.
18.
18. The table is suddenly picks up and just literally flipped and lands on top of them. Roll for damage, it's 1d6 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Hey, 10.
10. The table clonks both these guys over the head. They're now looking a bit more worse for wear, and they're definitely angry and still making their way towards you.
She goes to cast spiritual weapon,
Yes?
then stops, hesitates, doesn't. She doesn't do any bonus action.
Okay. It is now the Rakina Palisar, they're called. Palisar. It is the Palisar's turn. They are running forward. They have Mario ahead of them and Relora ahead of them. Mario, you did way more damage than Relora did, so they are going for you. 2 of them both get multi-attack. They are both holding tridents. Mario, what is your armor class?
18.
Oh, that's just mean. Both of them dive in on you, and one manages to get through your armor and scores a critical hit on you with his trident, stabbing you right up inside.
Am I cutting words the other?
The other doesn't hit, so it would be
Oh, it
pointless.
doesn't. Okay.
You take a lot of damage. 2d, yeah, 4d8, sorry. 8, 16, 19, 23 points of damage as this as this trident stabs up into you. 19 points, no, 23, sorry, 23 points of damage as it gets you right in the gut. The shark also tries to bite you, as it has a gigantic... Sorry? I beg your pardon.
This is blatant anti-elfism.
It is blatant anti-elfism. It is, correct. That's exactly what's going on here. The bite does not hit you, but the one next to you that tried to hit you with the trident as well didn't manage to get through, but its bite does hit you for a 26, so cutting words again wouldn't help him. And you take... 8 points of damage as that bite gets you in the side as well. So you've kind of got a trident in you, and some of the other one's biting you on the shoulder. Relora, Mario, you also see that from the corridor leading down, 2 more of these shark men have appeared and are now running towards you. 2.
Great.
Yup. It is indeed your turn, Crowwood.
Excellent. I'm hidden.
You are technically hidden with a score of 12 down this corridor.
Yes.
Sure.
Can I attack one of these dudes?
From the corridor?
From the corridor?
You can't quite see them because their upper lip and they're currently in combat with these two, so they're quite a long way away.
Okay, what about these guys who attacked this fella?
Oh no, that you're hidden further down the corridor where everyone else was,
Yeah.
right? You can't see them.
Oh, in that case, I'll just run in and defend little man.
Run in and defend the small elf with the gigantic moustache.
Everyone's little today.
Normally elves can't grow facial hair, it's weird. Right, so you run up to attack the guys. There are 2 of them.
2 of them. I would like to attack them twice, unarmed.
Which one?
The one on
The one attacking him, the one attacking with the trident, or attacking with the bite?
the one attacking him with the trident.
Okay, go for it. Make an attack roll.
And I'd like the first one to attempt to be a stunning strike.
Absolutely, go for it.
Do I have to spend a key point?
You do. Stunning strike is a key point.
That's a natural 18 plus 9, take it 27.
You absolutely hit the palisade with that strike. Roll for damage.
It says here 1d8.
Yes, it's 1d8. Your ability to hit things in an unarmed strike goes up in damage because of the levels.
Oh, that's good. That's 10.
10 points of damage. You're trying to stun it as well, aren't you?
Yeah, so it has to make a Constitution saving throw.
No, it doesn't because it is dead. Can you describe how you hit it and how the stunning strike works and how it is gone, please?
But it's just, I like find a little pressure point and just go, boop, and it just freezes up. It's like instant rigor mortis, and then it's down.
Somehow the pressure points on this cartilaginous shark are very strange to find, but you sort of reach in and it just dies, plonk, falls over, completely rigor mortis stuck. It is down.
And I've still got another attack.
You have 2 attacks per round as a monk.
Yes, I would like to attack this other one then.
Yes. Do the same thing.
Standard unarmed strike.
Standard arm strike.
Standard unarmed.
You only need stunning strike once per turn anyway.
Yeah. Ooh, this might not hit. That's 15.
No, you may go for the second strike, but it bong bounces off the breastplate of the second
Can
one.
I spend a key point to make 2 more unarmed?
It's just 1 more, isn't it? Is it 1 more? I think so.
Yes.
Flurry of blows, you get 1 more as a bonus action.
Flurry of blows. Yes. Can I get 1 more?
Absolutely. Second key point spent, and you may use your flurry of blows to take the second action.
Thank you. Ah, damn it. 16.
That does hit.
Does hit.
Absolutely. So you've hit 1, it's gone down. You've gone for the second, and bong, bounce off the breastplate. And the third hit is normally styled as some other kind of body strike.
Yeah.
So
And then can I literally just without even bending the knee, just
Yes.
flip the
just
leg straight up? Yeah.
flip the leg straight up. There's a straight up leg
Straight
kick
up.
for the knee. For the absolutely roll. Well, you rolled a 16, so you hit him. Roll for damage.
8.
8. Oh, so close. You hit him very hard with a straight leg. Boom! Straight up, straight in the chin. He goes flying back. He's looking very, very badly hurt, but he is not down yet. Mario. You've just taken a lot of damage from these two, but your monk friend has come in and helped you.
Oh, no.
What would you like to do?
Are there any? Yeah.
Oh, and Elias was forgotten again because you leapt in, redhead. Elias, it's your turn. What would you like to do? Sorry, Mario. Do you have a plan of what you want to do, and we'll get there?
Mario's the only one who's taken damage at this point.
Yes.
So I will saunter up the corridor and cast.
Saunter, like you throw that in during combat. Saunter. So you can only walk half
looks
your
like
speed.
someone needs healing, eh?
Because you're sauntering, you can only walk half your speed, so you only manage to just about get there.
Well,
Don't tempt me!
It's the normal speed, but with the attitude of a saunter.
You said saunter first, so I'm railing that's half speed. You still managed to get there,
Good.
just.
Well, the range on this is far enough anyway, so I cast Regenerate.
So you reach up behind him. Is it a distance spell? How does it
I believe so.
Let's have a look. What does your regenerate look like? How does it work? So I'll look at the spell. You give me a footnote.
Regenerate, I rub my hands together a bit
Mhm.
and then hold them out, and it sort of creates a triangle of light between my hands and my holy icon that I wear around my neck. It
Mhm.
beams forward.
It's a touch spell.
It's a touch spell, then it doesn't do that. I rub my hands, and then I just give him a little pat, and all of his limbs grow back.
Are you missing any limbs?
You know, not yet.
But
4d8 plus 15, so roll your 4d8 for the amount of healing that you do to Mario.
Can I
So
go some healing?
no, it's regenerating what's already there. If you're missing it at that point.
It's 48 plus
15.
15.
Maths.
38.
39 because you also gain 1 hit point on your turn for the next hour.
60.
So 65 plus 39 is 104. It's temporary hit points. You can only go up to your maximum. So you return to your maximum hit points. If you take any damage on your turn, you will gain 1 back for the next hour as long as he's concentrating. No!
Shazam.
No, leave the concentration effect. No! For the next hour, you gain 1 hit point every turn. Wow.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Mario, he has just healed you. All the bite marks and the trident stab fade away. You're feeling absolutely invigorated and fine. There is one Pelisar standing in front of you looking on his last legs, and there are 2 more rushing up to help. What would you like to do?
I'm going to cast lightning bolt
Lightning bolt.
at one of the ones running. Can I use my movement after an attack?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. I'm going to cast lightning bolt at one of the ones running out.
Do you want to affect more than one of them?
Lightning bolt, I thought it was chain lightning.
Lightning bolt goes through things.
Oh, are they running in a line? Or
The immortal D&D question, are they in a line? If you sidestepped, which wouldn't give you an attack of opportunity because you're still staying within range, you could line up all 3.
I'm going to arrange myself so I can line up all 3 of them.
And how does your lightning bolt work? How does it manifest itself? What's your ability here? Give me some flavour. Tell me what's your flavour.
Oh, we've kind of assumed
Don't worry about
basically
that.
any
Yeah, that's fine.
spellcasters have that like sewn into clothing or things like that
no,
on the ship.
testing so I can use it.
Oh, I see. So you can.
I'm going to take a little bit of fur and rub it together and let it start stacking.
So the static electricity and then goes out of your hand as you hit all 3 of them in a line. They must all make dexterity saving throws for half damage. Start rolling up the full damage in the meantime, which is... Are you casting it at 3rd level?
No, I'll cast it at 4th level, so that's 9d6.
It's 9d6. Start rolling those up while I see if they take full half damage. What's the spell save DC?
16.
16. Shame.
Okay, so that's 25.
25. The first one failed its saving throw and had 2 hit points left, so it just passes through him, and he appears to literally just be bisected by it as sort of halves as he falls. The next one in line made its saving throw, so takes, what was the total?
25.
25, takes 13 points of damage from it. The last one did not. So the first one is completely bisected by it. The second one seems to shrug off some of it as it passes through him. The one behind it punches a hole through his arm. It's done quite a bit more damage to him. So, successful spell.
Can I use my movement to begin harvesting reduced fins?
Yes, the one who fell in front of you, you are no longer in combat with it, so there's no attacking opportunity from the other two, so you're absolutely welcome to lean down and start sawing off its fin. That's absolutely fine. Great. Yeah, lovely. Saw off that fin. Right. Relora, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
So are there two left?
There are two left. Both have taken damage, and yeah.
They look a bit.
Oh, they look fine.
Oh,
The one's got a meaty hole in his arm. Meaty hole.
meaty hole. Nice.
Sorry.
In that case, because I've been really bursting through the spell points,
True dat.
she's gonna. How close is the closest one?
The closest one to you is about 10 feet away from you.
Okay, I'm going up to that guy.
Going up to him.
Well, basically,
The commander squares up to a gigantic shark man. What do you do?
I take up my two daggers. One of them is a dagger of blizzard control, so that's.
These are
useful.
sharks.
So it's two daggers in the front. At the same time, I'm conjuring my spiritual weapon, which kind of like shudders. Of the shape of it looks like uncertain or unclear for a moment, but it's another dagger that goes in the back.
As it shudders, what does it shudder to and from?
Don't want to say.
Roll an intelligence check. Roll a charisma check.
Wait, is this me rolling against you as a
Yes.
person? Can I roll with advantage of 6?
What does it shudder from into a dagger?
Shudders from a hammer.
Small hammer.
Yes.
Small hammer. Zzz, you can't quite hold the shape of that, and in your mind you cast for the nearest closest weapon you can imagine, which are the two daggers in front of you. So that's 3 dagger strikes, 2 in the front, 1 in the back. Roll your attack, please. Roll a d20 3 times, just to make that quicker.
Yep. 23.
That hits.
23.
That hits.
22, but it was exactly the same roll. It's just my spell
Yep.
one's a bit lower.
So all 3 of the daggers as you strike, one either side of the breastplate on the shark person, and one in the back of it. Junk! All go in at the same time.
So that's 8.
Mm-hmm.
9.
No.
Well, it's 8 plus 1.
And 7. So 16.
16 points of damage. You stab this shark man. He takes the hits. He's starting to look a bit bloodied, but he's not too bad yet, as the strikes all impact with him. Although he is going to retaliate immediately on you.
Well, yeah.
20. Save this. It tries to bite you, but doesn't manage to get through. But its trident, again, like its comrade, it tries to go in for the midriff. It sees that the last one did well and tries to repeat the action. But instead of going under and up, it uses the action to go up and down. So it's going to push you down into the ground. The trident pushes you down, and you take a lot of damage, I'm afraid, because it got a critical hit. It managed to pierce right through your armor into your chest. You take 24 points of piercing
Stabby damage.
stabby damage as he stabs it down into your chest, and you are being pushed down to your knees as he is on top of you, pushing in. The other one is going to run past all of that and head straight for the monk that nearly killed his friend. What's your armor class? 17. It rolled a 23, so that hits. It's going to use its trident to try and stab you. Which already has hit with, sorry. That is for 10 points of damage as the trident. It doesn't hit you as well as the one that rolled. It more sort of like it swings past and scratches your arm and then hits you with the back end of it as well. It also tries to bite you. It appears to bite its own tongue. It takes 1 point of damage as it bites itself in the face.
Very, almost imperceptibly.
With a mouth that big,
Yeah.
accidents happen.
Sharks have fun.
Thank you.
Not sure.
Is it
I mean,
me
they're shark
again?
people. so
No,
I
it's
guess
Elias's turn. Stop doing this.
that's like people.
So
There are got 2 left. Both have taken some damage. The commander is currently being stabbed and forced to the ground by one of them. One is engaged with your monk friend.
I'll liberate our commander by taking a mace to the sharky face.
Elias is on combat form today, isn't he?
Oh, I'm not. Yes, I'm not in the mood for these sharky people. Yeah.
Right. Elias normally hits things with spells, but this is new.
Living on the ground, they're obviously very poor.
Make your attack roll.
Hacha! 16, that's 26.
26, that definitely hits. Roll all of that damage, so it's 2d8 plus thingy. Thank you.
Must I fix my headache?
You've got ibuprofen.
14.
No, that's fine. I'm going to start drinking again.
14 points. Sorry, that was out of character. As the captain is going to start drinking again. 43 points. No, sorry, what was the total? 14. 14 points of damage. This thing is looking very badly hurt as you run in, helping Laura get back up a bit as the trident weight comes off. As Elias just runs in, this normally quite a fate almost man. This quite sort of man who doesn't really take part in melee, just screams out, buff! Hits it well hard.
Despise fish people.
Hits it well hard. It is now the monk's turn. There is one engaged you directly in front of you. Which
Oh, and there's one attacking.
and there's one attacking the commander, but Elias has come in and saved the day there.
Okay, well I need to deal with this dude first. Can I do stunning strike again?
Absolutely.
I'm sure it's nothing to do with the fact I'm running out.
Yeah,
That
I'm trying to
is
conserve
that
stuff
is
as well.
25.
That hits. Roll the damage and stunning strike. I need to roll a Constitution saving throw, right?
Constitution saving throw.
What happens if I fail it? I'm paralysed.
You are
Like
paralysed
halved my
until the end of your next round.
Okay. Am I trying to beat?
Oh, excellent.
How much damage you do?
That's max damage, so 8 plus 4.
12. You hit it, bonk, for 12 points of damage. I rolled a 13. What am I trying to beat? It's wisdom, so it's a wisdom modifier plus 10, plus your monk level, I'm pretty sure. No, that seems ridiculously high.
No, that would be madness.
Impossible. Can you check what's right for me?
Well, like spell save
It
for
doesn't say here, it
spellcasters
just
is
say-
8 plus proficiency plus spellcasting
It's probably
ability. Is
proficiency,
it?
isn't it? Yeah.
They're probably
So it'll
proficiency.
be proficiency, which is wisdom, so plus 3, plus 5, plus 8, plus 10, 18. Didn't make it.
Yeah.
He is taken a lot of damage and is considered stunned, which means he is paralysed until the end of his next go.
Excellent.
You still have 2 more strikes.
Yeah, can I use my movement to go over to the one attacking the commander?
Absolutely.
In that case, I'm going to punch him.
Okay, you can keep hitting that one, that's fine.
Ah.
You've got, if you use a key point, it's 2 more. If you don't, it's just 1 more.
Yeah, let's use a key point.
Right, you've got 2 more strikes. Roll them together if you can.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
That's a 19 on one of them, and that's a 23 on the other.
Both hits. Roll for damage.
That is 5 on the first hit,
Mhm.
and 7 on the second.
Describe how these blows kill him.
One will be like a little sort of like a backhand slap to get his attention, and then as he turns to look at me, I just go.
So you backhand slap it in the face, baff, its face turns, it looks back, its face gets turned the other way and it collapses on the floor, while the other one, it's paralysed at everyone's feet. Mario, it is your turn. There's a paralysed one on the floor. Any attack against it is made with advantage, automatically fails all strength and dexterity saving throws, and any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature. Finish him off. Finish him.
Toasty!
Showing our age there. That's what
Yeah.
we're doing.
I'm a 90s.
Yeah, I'm a 90s stuff. Is more combat
I'm going
90s?
to cast
80s.
magic missile at
Cool.
3rd level.
That already guarantees the hit, so you're shooting magic missiles. What do your magic missiles look like? Mario?
They don't look like Mario.
No.
They look like almost all the seeds.
Oh no, they look like tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Nice.
Splendid. What level are you casting it at?
3rd, so I think it means I get
3, 6. You get 6 magic missiles, so roll a d4 6 times, please. Plus 6, 21. 20. Still enough. How do these tomatoes fell this creature?
every place they splat on him,
Mm-hmm.
they splat on him, tomato juice begins like burning
Oh, they're acidic tomatoes. Wonderful. It's gone. It's paralysed. It's taken out. Can I have some sad music, please? It's taken out, and slowly you realise that you've defeated everything in this room. All you're left with are the table, the maps, and the skulls. Can everyone roll perception checks? Sorry, you want to do something?
Is the commander?
Roll an insight check. Everyone else roll perception.
I mean, she's obviously injured.
Yeah.
22.
22,
Insight is
18,
18.
But
12.
Perception is 21.
21. With an 18, you can choose what you tell them.
Well, I mean, it's the same as before.
Same as before, but she's obviously also a bit hurt. Elias, with your 22, this room has skulls on the floor of various creatures. One looks eerily familiar to you. Around the rest of the room, these maps still seem to be okay, and the table has been flipped over. The commander is clearly injured. That's what.
I will heal the commander.
Okay.
How badly do I know?
I mean, I have healing abilities of my own.
Okay, well in that case I'll say, are you going to be alright? Do you need a hand? And my hand glows slightly.
I will be okay with that.
Okay, in that case I'm gonna investigate this familiar skull. I'm gonna have a good look at it.
Pick it up and roll an investigation check.
20! Off the cup. Plus 2.
You are quite aware of bodies as part of your work. You deal with a lot of dead bodies, don't you?
Yeah.
Especially back on our homeworld.
Birth, marriages, deaths, it's my main job.
Yeah. This is a dwarf's skull. Dwarves aren't resident in this world. And on that note, we will end this hour of Adventurers Wanted. Thank you so much, guys. Much appreciated. I'll hand over to Kat to see us out.
Thank you so much for joining us for this hour. Please, if you need to come back with your favourite Time team, do tentatively link 9 till 10 every day apart from next Thursday, Friday. We're also live streaming on twitch.tv/adventurers-live so give us a wee follow and check in and say hi. Please do feel free to come back to watch, or if you do want to play, you can book your player tickets either downstairs at box office or on the website. I'm going to put over to you guys to cover a few things that are happening.
Oh, sure. So I'm in a one-man show about Thomas Paine, the 18th century revolutionary. It is at Sea Royale on George Street at 7:30 p.m. There's only a few performances left, so come along if you like your history and your politics and a bit of fun.
Oh god, I really wanted it to be called Bring the Pain.
Next year, bring the
Bring
pain.
the pain. I will. Well, if you buy tickets for a common man, I will bring the pain.
There we go.
Tights and a
Nice.
wig.
I'm in a sketch comedy double act. We're called Dirty White Boys. Our show is called Stupid. It's on at 9 p.m. at Just the Tonic at the Caves on Cowgate. It's a really good show. We've just literally just been published today. A lovely 4-star write-up from Mumble Comedy.
Well done.
So
Splendid.
people seem to be enjoying it. And we only have 5 shows left. It's a pay what you want show as well, so it's free to get in. So just give it a chance, guys. And give Crewwood a chance.
He seems lovely. I've no issue with Crewwood.
We're going to have to establish him as fan favourite again. Starting
Oh,
with square one. When we go, fans.
Do you have anything you'd like to pitch? Any shows you're working on in the Fringe you'd like people to know about?
I'm not working on anything.
There we go. Isaac's not working on anything in the Fringe, so nothing else to pitch. Cool. Thank you very much, guys. Scream. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. 5 minutes.
That's right.
Ran on a bit. Sorry. Cheers.
Da,
Oh God.
da, da, da.
What?
Another lawful good monk.